People along the Florida Panhandle. CBS's Peter King checks in more than 2 months after Hurricane Michael.
Debris removal is pretty much the soundtrack of day-to-day life here. Ronnie Youngblood's condo is still standing, but he can't live in it. As for the homes right across the street next to the beach,
of that 280, only 8 of them still remain.
The mayor says more than 3/4 of the homes here are unlivable. Most residents are gone, at least for now. Food truck operator Jason Marley.
The majority of our business is definitely construction workers, demolition workers.
But in some neighborhoods, you can hear roofers at work. A town that promises to rebuild better and stronger. Peter King, CBS News, Mexico Beach.
Google is expanding its presence in New York City. Parent company Alphabet says it'll invest over $1 billion to establish a new campus in Manhattan's West Village. You hear it at protest rallies all the time.
No peace!
Justice is Merriam-Webster's word of the year, with searches spiking last week when Michael Cohen was sentenced to prison. S&P futures are down 3, Dow futures off 33. This is CBS News.
You have enough things to worry about every day. Insurance shouldn't be one of them. You can leave worry behind when Liberty stands with you. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Put a smile on everyone's face this holiday with great gifts from Amazon. With low prices and fast, free delivery with Prime. For everything you need this holiday, visit Amazon.
What's in store this holiday at your local Staples?
Hearing, "Aw, you shouldn't have."
Without spending more than you should have.
Staples has the hottest tech gifts this holiday. Laptops, tablets, monitors, and printers.
At the lowest prices guaranteed.
And you can't get lower than the lowest with Staples Price Match Guarantee.
So everyone on your list gets more than they dreamed, and you save more than you imagined.
Staples, there's a whole lot in store this holiday.
In-store only, limitations apply. See a store associate for details.
A warning for moms and dads this holiday season.
Some parents admittedly drink, especially around the holidays, and do not think about that dreaded hangover the next day and if it'll get in the way of their parenting. 25% of parents who drink on special occasions don't think about limiting how much to drink. That, according to a new University of Michigan poll by Sarah Clark.
Having an adult home passed out on the couch isn't really doing a very good job of making sure that the children are safe and being ready to handle a possible emergency.
Matt Piper, CBS News.
She's won 2 Emmy Awards, 4 SAG Awards for Will and Grace, but Megan Mullally says no one wants to dress her for her hosting gig at January's SAGs. In an Instagram post, the 60-year-old actress says designers just don't send her gowns, even though there's 100% chance she'll be on camera, so she says she'll have to buy online. Fans suggesting Christian Siriano, who dressed SNL's Leslie Jones when she ran up against the same thing. Siriano says he'd love to. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
With the stock market at all-time highs, cash in your profits now and invest in an asset that can potentially pay for up to 20 or more years. That's the sound of a producing oil well and the sound of a smart investment. If you're an SEC-defined accredited investor, you can take advantage of Encore Energy's projects. Call now to learn how you can potentially achieve 20 or more years of income and deduct 100% of every dollar invested against all forms of income. Call 1-800-803-8511. Invest in your future and buy oil. Encore is drilling in an area that is potentially one of the most prolific horizontal oil plays in the entire country. Oil prices are projected to rise, so you need to own a piece of an oil field. Encore Energy is the most active oil and gas operator in its core area of operations. Call now and learn how to deduct 100% of your investment and create 20 or more years of potential monthly income. Call 1-800-803-8511. You will be calling directly to the home office of Encore Energy. That's 1-800-803-8511. Oil investments involve a high degree of risk.
Brought to you by the new Bacon Maple Chicken Sandwich at participating Wendy's for a limited time.
Want to stay in the know on what's going on with your Glasgow EPB? Just follow us on Twitter at Glasgow EPB or like us on Facebook at Glasgow Electric Plant Board and stay informed about new products, services, and money-saving tips. With a smartphone, you will also have access to constantly updated information during outages. For 50 years, we have been the vital service you depend on daily for your electric, cable, and internet needs, and we hope to provide you even more information and benefits through Facebook and Twitter. Join us today. We are your Glasgow EPB, bringing you the future faster.
You know you can depend on WCLU for local news on the air, online, on demand at WCLUradio.com.
Good morning, everybody. Excuse me, 29 degrees outside at the WCLU studios. A little bit on the nippy side out there. We've got some reduced visibility. We have the chance of some fog developing this morning. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and let Ray Stagey explain to you the way things are starting off as far as the weather forecast goes and the work week.
Besides the fog, actually in pretty good shape here as we head through the next few days. Rain is not back into the forecast until about Thursday as our next storm system approaches. But it does look like that rain system once again may carry up to an inch of rain in some spots. Luckily for most of us now, we've seen a little bit better weather here as we've headed through the morning hours. There are some areas of patchy fog around, but no advisories until you get into north central Tennessee. So if you are traveling and making the long trip, that's where you'll run into some patchy, dense fog, but still areas of fog around this morning. Otherwise clear. Then we'll get in through the day, mostly sunny and 54. Overnight tonight, a little bit colder, 27, some clouds around. Tomorrow, clouds at sunshine, 49. Wednesday, mix of clouds and sunshine as we shoot into the mid-50s, and rain in here on Thursday, and it could rain on Friday. But I've looked ahead toward the weekend, the first couple of days leading up to Christmas Eve. Saturday and Sunday look good. Temperatures in the upper 40s with a mix of clouds and sunshine. I'm meteorologist Ray Stagey, a Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. Current conditions, the barometer is at 30.17. The humidity is at 99%. The winds are out of the southwest at a couple of miles an hour. No precip in the past 24 hours, but here's the kicker. We're looking at the visibility at the Glasgow Municipal Airport. It's 5 miles. Now, that's half of what it usually is. Usually it's 10 miles on what you would call a clear day, but we're half of that, 5 miles. So we're seeing some of that fog develop. And Ray is right, the advisories for any sort of fog down in north central Tennessee right now. So if you're driving north into the metro Nashville area this morning, be aware that as we change elevation, you could have a little bit of fog to run into as you're traveling into greater Nashville this morning. We're at 29 degrees. We'll have the review of weekend local news. Aaron Russell will help us with that straight ahead.
In retirement, where
The People's Bank is growing, and that's because we have great customers who know a thing or two about growth. And what they'll all tell you is, well, the best growth strategy has always been hard work. That's why when it came time for Jerry Anderson to expand his cattle operation, he trusted the growth of his herd to the People's Bank, who worked hard to find the unique solutions to fit his needs. Experience what growth can be like with the People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local healthcare provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
Find the next great piece for your home at Barren River Consignment, where the inventory is designed to provide something for everyone. Affordable household items from mid-century to home decor, including furniture, artwork, dinnerware, glassware, and more. Each piece is cleaned and polished to ensure the highest quality to become the perfect fit for your home. Barren River Consignment also offers estate and tag sale services. Shop for style without breaking the bank. Barren River Consignment, located on L. Rogers Wells Boulevard in Glasgow.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination.
I have a good job in an oil and gas exploration company, challenging. And I said, fine, that's right at my alley, so come on over.
Arthur fit right into Dr. Ghani's plan to start an Imperial Barrel Award team at WKU. Advancing to the world competition in Houston, WKU didn't win, but Arthur got the attention of Exxon and snagged an important internship.
After that, it was just I knew that was the goal I wanted to do.
From there, Arthur had to outshine 35 other interns to get a job with Exxon, which he is set to begin in the spring.
It's many, many years of hard work that finally comes together as something like that. There's no chance I would be, where I am if I hadn't come here.
Dr. Ghani isn't at all surprised that the student who loved to climb rocks as a kid has gotten his dream job.
His hobby is rock climbing, but as a hilltopper, he actually learned pretty well how to climb to the success.
Reporting for WCLU, I'm Amy Bingham.
Thank you, Amy. Our next story, Kentucky is facing serious health challenges. According to an annual state-by-state ranking of key health indicators, the America's Health Rankings of 2018 report released on Wednesday placed Kentucky at 45th among states, down from 42nd back in 2017. Senior medical advisor with the United Health Foundation, Dr. Rhonda Randall, notes that the Commonwealth places last among states in a few important measures.
Physical inactivity, preventable hospitalizations, that's going to the hospital for something that if you would have caught it earlier could have been taken care of in an outpatient setting, and also 50th in the nation for cancer deaths. And I would be remiss if I didn't note that Kentucky is ranked 49th in the nation for smoking.
And Randall says the prevalence of obesity is the greatest concern on the national level. It now impacts 31% of adults and is a primary contributor to heart disease and cancer. Kentucky's adult obesity rate, that is slightly higher at 34%.
Childhood poverty is a key indicator of socioeconomic status, and we know that children who are living in poverty have greater challenges for health for the rest of their life. So the fact that childhood poverty is decreasing is a good suggestion that over the course of their lifetime we're setting them on a path to better health.
Randall says that people can help, the findings can help people focus on areas where they can improve behaviors that impact their health.
Things like being more physically active, that's got to be something you enjoy, whether it's gardening or taking a dog for a walk or some other activity that you're going to be able to stick with. Thinking about what kind of a diet will be something that you'll stay with for the rest of your life.
She adds that health professionals, public health leaders, and policymakers can use the report to examine ways to better support people in their communities in all aspects of their life. That's our first segment of Live and Local News right here on WCLU for this Monday, December the 17th. We'll be right back with more right after this. You're listening to WCLU.
At U.S. Bank, we're proud to be
of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Hello, I'm Neil Thornberry, CEO of TJ Regional Health. As we get closer to the end of the year, I would like to take this opportunity to wish you and your family a delightful season filled with good times, great friends, and lasting memories. From our healthcare family to yours, we wish you a very Merry Christmas and a healthy and happy New Year.
Back here with more Live and Local News right here on WCLU. It is currently 6:16 on your Monday, December the 17th. I'm Aaron Russell reporting. Our next story, a bookkeeper who used stolen money from a condo trip is now sentenced. A former Paducah bookkeeper who stole money to pay for a condo in Panama City, Florida, and a trip to see New York City's New Year's Eve ball drop has now been sentenced to prison. According to U.S. Attorney's Office, Dana Thomas was a bookkeeper at Audiology and Hearing Center in Paducah, where she used company credit cards for a personal transaction from May of 2015 all the way through December of 2017. After Thomas resigned, a new bookkeeper discovered that Thomas had stolen more than $125,000. And Thomas pleaded guilty to wire fraud in August, and on Friday she was sentenced to 27 months in prison, followed by 3 years of supervised release. She was also ordered to pay a restitution of $147,770. Looking to reap the benefits from the federal action to legalize hemp, a hemp processor said Friday it will expand operations in Kentucky by building a $40 million plant in a rural area where it hopes to cultivate ties with farmers growing the crop. Gin-Canna Global USA said its new processing facility at Mayfield in western Kentucky will create 80-plus jobs. When the Winchester, Kentucky-based company is looking to contract with dozens more farmers next year to ramp up its hemp supply. The company's president, Steve Bevan, said Gin-Canna was pushing ahead with the venture regarding of federal action, but he cheered against congressional approval to legalize hemp, saying it was greatly increased demand for hemp products, which will increase supply needs. We think the industry is going to blossom, Bevan said in an interview. The Mayfield venture comes after Congress finished work on a new farm bill that includes a provision to legalize hemp cultivation. President Donald Trump is expected to sign the bill into law next week. The hemp provision removes the crop from the list of federally controlled substances and treats the low THC version of the cannabis plant like any other agricultural crop. THC is the cannabis compound that gives marijuana its natural high. Federal legislation passed 4 years ago cracked open the door for some farming by allowing states to create hemp pilot programs in order to conduct research or for hemp cultivation. Kentucky's lawmakers, including Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and U.S. Representative James Comer, helped lead the pro-hemp push in Congress, and on Friday, Comer predicted hundreds of Kentucky farmers will start growing hemp, drawn by markets backed by large investments to create processing and manufacturing operations to close to production. For a farmer to be able to grow something, they obviously have to have market to sell it, Comer said. The key is giving farmers the opportunity to grow hemp, you have to have processors. So Gin-Canna locating here opens up Western Kentucky to hemp. Hemp was historically used for rope, but has many other uses, including clothing and mulch from the fiber, hemp milk and cooking oil from the seeds, and soap and lotions. Other uses include building materials, animal bedding, and biofuels. Other uses include building materials, animal bedding, as well as manufacturers' cannabis oil or CBD products. And proponents say that CBD, a non-psychoactive compound found in hemp, offers a multitude of health benefits from relieving pain to taming anxiety. The company has a Winchester research facility employing about 160 people, and it starts a manufacturing, packaging, and retail operation in Paducah in western Kentucky. And Gin-Canna hopes to finish construction of its Mayfield plant late next year. Kentucky has been through the forefront of hemp's comeback. Farmers in the state planted 6,700 acres of hemp in 2018, more than twice of last year's production, and according to Kentucky's Agriculture Department, more than 70 Kentucky processors are turning the plant into products. The value of Kentucky's 2017 hemp crop was about $17 million, and more than 1,000 Kentucky farmers have applied to grow hemp in 2019, a 400% increase from applications from the 2018 production year, and Kentucky Agriculture Commissioner Ryan Quarles said recently. Gin-Canna contracted with about a dozen Kentucky farmers in 2018 to grow hemp on 900-plus acres, and it hopes to contract with more than 50 farmers in 2019 with a total of more than 10,000 acres of hemp production, Bevan said. And the Republican Party of Kentucky has requested the work emails of several teachers, saying they want to see if there's a more widespread issue of government resources, or widespread misuse, issue of government resources. Some teachers, however, see it as a ploy to intimidate. The GOP declined to tell the Courier-Journal how many requests it has sent or for whom, but the newspaper reports that at least some are directed at teachers who unsuccessfully ran for office in November's election as Democratic candidates. Laurel County teacher Dustin Allen, a former candidate, says that he thinks Republicans are trying to make everyone afraid to run again. Republican Party of Kentucky spokesman Tress Watson said the requests weren't meant to intimidate. He said that they are about information gathering, whether government resources are used for political activity, and how widespread it is. That's all for live and local news today, right here on WCLU for this Monday, December the 17th, 6:22. Now let's hear a word from our sponsor, Hardee's, and then the Kentucky News Network.
The new Hardee's is now open in Glass. Normally, when someone moves into the neighborhood, you welcome them, preferably with biscuits. But we already make biscuits from scratch, hand-breaded chicken tenders, and 100% Angus beef thick burgers. So don't you go welcoming us. We can welcome ourselves and shake our own hands. But that doesn't mean if you visit us, we won't welcome you. And welcoming you with welcome biscuits is all we need to welcome ourselves. Got it? Good. Welcome to the neighborhood. Us. Next to Glasgow High School on Columbia Avenue. Hardee's, because it tastes better. Now open.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chapman. Kentucky's Attorney General says he plans on opposing a Texas federal judge's ruling of the Affordable Care Act. Andy Beshear said the ruling could get rid of health care coverage for more than 1.3 million Kentuckians and cost the state nearly $50 billion. The man who shot an Owensboro police officer is pleading not guilty to first-degree assault charges. David Turley was indicted by a grand jury earlier this month in connection with the October shooting. Authorities say Officer Zach Morris was investigating reports of a suspicious person in Turley's neighborhood when he was shot. Turley says he shot at Morris, believing the officer was a prowler. Police are searching for a suspect in the armed robbery of a Lexington restaurant. Lieutenant Andrew Daugherty with the Lexington Police Department tells WKYT a Subway was robbed by an armed suspect Sunday afternoon.
As soon as he entered, he went straight forward the cash register, jumped over the counter, pulled a gun, put the purse on the ground, and got the money and left.
The manager was the only person in the restaurant at the time.
They're fine. They're uninjured. I mean, shook up, but anytime somebody sticks a gun in your face, it's going to upset you, so.
The suspect then took an undisclosed amount of cash and then ran off through the back door of the restaurant. And a stranded motorist is safe after being pulled from a truck stuck in rising waters in Anderson County. Anderson County Fire Department Chief Brandon Woods tells WKYT emergency personnel rescued a driver from a nearly submerged truck at Rice Crossing Saturday night.
I think he kind of stopped, looked at it, and decided he could go on in, and yeah, he didn't make it but about halfway out. He was almost in the dead center of the river.
Officials say there are flood warning signs in the area, but that's not enough.
If you ask any emergency responder in Anderson County, they'll tell you we need gates.
The motorist was taken to the hospital for evaluation, but wasn't injured. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
I remember as a young girl going to Community Trust Bank with my mom. She would pack us all up and then we'd all go inside. Now I have 2 little girls of my own and I look back and I don't know how she did it. I still bank at Community Trust. They have 79 branch locations, over 100 ATM locations, online banking and mobile banking. They've made it so much easier for me and my family. And that's what I love about Community Trust.
Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Phony Medicare representatives are calling local seniors with a big scam. They are telling seniors they are eligible for a free back or knee brace. The catch? They want your Social Security number to verify. Hang up the phone. Medicare will already have your information. Never give out your Social Security number to someone you don't know. If you get an unsolicited call and they ask for it, that is a big red flag.
Hi, I'm Rihanna Smith-Hamblin with the Better Business Bureau. For more tips, go to bbb.org.
Christmas is a season of giving, and here at Goodman's we are in the Christmas spirit because we're giving big savings on all 2018 and select 2019 Chevrolets in stock with the Chevrolet employee discount for everyone. That means up to $12,500 total package savings on 2018 Chevrolet Silverado Crew Cab LT 1500 pickups, or up to $6,000 total package savings on a 2019 Chevy Equinox. But wait, there's more, because with employee pricing for everyone and rebates, there is a total savings of 20% off MSRP on 2019 Sonics and Sparks. So come in today and check out our great selection. You won't want to miss out on the giving this season. And remember, Goodman Chevrolet is home of the Goodman Advantage, which includes the powertrain for life and much more at no cost to you. That's Goodman Chevrolet at the corner of Happy Valley and Reynolds Road, Glasgow, Kentucky, where it truly is a season of giving, because things have never been better at Goodman.
All packages include a rebate, which requires financing with GM Financial. See dealer for details.
South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow wants you to know that if you've recently lost a loved one or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible. With plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options, South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David, Jerry, and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit southcentralkymonuments.com.
Good morning from WCLU Radio. It's 29 degrees, 27 minutes after the 6 o'clock hour. Visibility reduced to 4 miles at the Glasgow airport, so we're seeing a little more fog move in here. Be aware of that as you're planning your morning commute. In area funeral announcements this hour, Stanley Perkins, age 79, of Summershade, died Sunday. At this hour, funeral arrangements for Stanley Perkins are incomplete, but will be under the direction of the McMurtry Funeral Home. Avis Jaggers Brooks, age 91, of Louisville, died Friday. The Edmonson County native worked as a nurse's aide prior to retiring. She was a member of the Cove Hollow United Baptist Church. She is survived by 3 daughters, Thelma Wilkerson of Apopka, Florida, Doris Booth of Louisville, and Wendy Fowler of Brooks. 7 grandchildren, Jason Wilkerson, Rachel Witten, Joshua Booth, Nicole Ambergeby, Noah Booth, Sarah Seeger, and Ashley Fowler, and 13 great-grandchildren. She was preceded in death by a son, Gary William Brooks, and several brothers and sisters. Funeral services for Avis Jaggers Brooks will be at 2 o'clock Wednesday at the Cove Hollow United Baptist Church, with interment to be in the Cove Hollow Cemetery. Visitation begins at 11 o'clock on Wednesday at the Patton Funeral Home's Brownsville Chapel. Memorial contributions can be made to Hospice Health of Louisville. Randy Vinson, age 58, of Kingston Spring, Tennessee, died Thursday at his residence. The Edmonson County native was born November the 18th of 1960 to the late Reverend Jake Vincent and Melba Vincent, who survives. Randy was the owner of Nature's Way. He was a graduate of Western Kentucky University and a member of the Sigma Chi fraternity. Randy was also a member of Poplar Springs United Baptist Church. Besides his mother, he is survived by 4 sisters: Norma Jean Phillips of Edmonton, Kathy Sue Spinks of Bowling Green, Beverly Murley of Brownsville, and Melissa Vincent of Cleveland. Several nieces and nephews, cousins, and friends survive as well. A memorial service for Randy Vincent will be held at noon today at the Patton Funeral Home's Brownsville Chapel. Visitation from 10 until noon today at the funeral home. Funeral services for Myrtle Thompson, age 96, of Mammoth Cave, will be at noon today at the Union Light Baptist Church. Visitation will be after 9 o'clock today until time for service at the church. Funeral services for James Paul Bray, 75, of Austin, will be today at 2 o'clock at A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burial to follow in the Big Meadow Cemetery. Visitation begins this morning at 11 o'clock. Funeral services for Faye Eileen Hawkins, age 88, of Glasgow, will be today at 2 o'clock at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burial to be in the Happy Valley Memorial Gardens. Funeral services for Laura Lee Ferguson, age 51, of Summershade, will be today at 2 o'clock at McMurtry Funeral Home, with burial to follow in the Summershade Cemetery. Funeral services for George Cleo Bush, age 73, of Horse Cave, will be at 2 o'clock today at the Wynn Funeral Home. Burial will follow in the Horse Cave Municipal Cemetery. Full military honors by the Glasgow DAV, Chapter 20. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day, free online at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Extreme Prosthetics understands that when it comes to comfort and function, not all prosthetic devices are made the same. A properly fitted prosthesis can allow you to walk naturally without daily pain and discomfort. Extreme Prosthetics works with your physician and insurance company to help you get the comfort and function you deserve. Don't let your current discomfort and lack of mobility discourage you. Call the experts at Extreme Prosthetics today for a better, more comfortable life.
Lessenberry Do It Center is
On at WCLU, 28 degrees. Let's turn to local sports. On tonight's local high school basketball schedule, the Glasgow Lady Scotties welcome Bowling Green to Scotty Gym for a JV varsity doubleheader. It begins at 6 o'clock tonight. You can join Joe Myers and Bruce Tribune with the broadcast of the varsity game about 7:15 tonight on WCLU 103.1 FM and on 1490 AM, as well as online at playwclu.com. In other girls' action tonight, Hart County entertains Butler County. Cumberland County travels to Louisville-Fairdale. Russell County visits Warren Central. And Logan County hosts Hopkinsville. That's a check of local sports.
Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
It just takes one look at the new facility at 1300 West Main Street, and you can tell the People's Bank is growing. And that's because we have great customers who know a thing or two about growth. And what they'll all tell you is, well, the best growth strategy has always been hard work. That's why when it came time for Jerry Anderson to expand his cattle operation, he trusted the growth of his herd to the People's Bank, who worked hard to find the unique solutions to fit his needs. Experience what growth can be like with the People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Sponsored by Southern States in Glasgow.
Do you know who your new Purina dealer in Barron County is? It's Southern States Glasgow Cooperative. Yes, Southern States now stocks Purina bag feeds, chicken, pigs, cows, and horses. Check with Frank or any of the friendly Southern States staff. Stock up on muck boots for the whole family and save 10% off. Men's, women's, boys, and girls muck boots in the latest styles. And as the weather cools down, check with Jimmy at Southern States to learn about ventless propane heaters from 10,000 to 30,000 BTUs. The staff at Southern States is ready to help you year-round in every way. 300 Sampson Street, Glasgow.
Besides the fog, actually in pretty good shape here as we head through the next few days. Rain is not back into the forecast until about Thursday as our next storm system approaches. But it does look like that rain system once again may carry up to an inch of rain in some spots. Luckily for most of us now, we've seen a little bit better weather here as we've headed through the morning hours. There are some areas of patchy fog around, but no advisories until you get into north central Tennessee. So if you are traveling and making the long trip, that's where you'll run into some patchy, dense fog, but still areas of fog around this morning. Otherwise clear. Then we'll get in through the day, mostly sunny and 54. Overnight tonight, a little bit colder, 27, some clouds around. Tomorrow, clouds at sunshine, 49. Wednesday, mix of clouds and sunshine as we shoot into the mid-50s, and rain in here on Thursday, and it could rain on Friday. But I've looked ahead toward the weekend, the first couple of days leading up to Christmas Eve. Saturday and Sunday look good. Temperatures in the upper 40s with a mix of clouds and sunshine. I'm meteorologist Ray Stedgick, a Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
All right, Ray, let's tell you that the visibility has reduced over the last hour and a half. We have gone from 5 miles at the airport down to 4 miles of visibility, showing the increase in fog. But as Ray indicates, more of the problem comes in north central Tennessee. So those traveling south into the Tennessee area, metro Nashville area, will see more fog to deal with. No precip in the past 24 hours. 99% humidity. Winds out of the northwest at a couple of miles an hour, and the pressure is still up there at 3017. We are at 28 degrees at 6:36. I realized at the top of the hour that I'm normally supposed to do the birthdays then, but I got too concerned about that visibility out there, and I didn't do the birthdays top of the hour, so we will jump in here and make up for that in just a moment. The new Hardee's is now open in Glasgow. Normally, when someone moves into the neighborhood, you welcome them, preferably with biscuits. But we already make biscuits from scratch, hand-breaded chicken tenders, and 100% Angus beef thick burgers. So don't you go welcoming us. We can welcome ourselves and shake our own hands. But that doesn't mean if you visit us, we won't welcome you. And welcoming you with welcome biscuits is all we need to welcome ourselves. Got it? Good. Welcome to the neighborhood. Us. Next to Glasgow High School on Columbia Avenue. Hardee's, because it tastes better. Now open.
When was the last time you got your Ralphie on? What's getting your Ralphie on, you ask? When you're winning prizes and lighting up the score in the arcade, you're getting your Ralphie on. When you're dancing under the lights on roller skates, you've turned on your inner Ralphies. When you bring your coworkers to bowl in the business league, your office staff has clocked in on Ralphie's time. If you suffer from symptoms such as lack of fun, feeling bored, if you get frequent urges to act like it's your birthday, or if you're just not smiling enough, you need to go to Ralphie's. That's Ralphie's Fun Center in Glasgow. A great place for any party, event, field trip, or church group. Get your Ralphie on.
It's a great place to have fun. In fact, it's their middle name. We're talking about Ralphie's Fun Center. We're bringing you the birthdays on behalf of Ralphie's today. Let me tell you about some of these December the 17th birthday folk that we have here, like Catherine Payne, Janie Shaw, Jessica Gray, Marilyn Mills has a birthday today. Happy 31st birthday to Tabitha Curtis. Betty Pointer celebrates. How about Miss Laura Coomer having a birthday today? Teresa Carter. Teresa is 64. Christina Medley celebrates. It is Daryl Prophet's birthday today. Miss Lauren Witt is 17. Christina Medley is 45. Happy birthday to Carly Parker today. And one anniversary couple, a very nice couple. It is Wallace and Hazel Duval. That's Wallace and Hazel Duval celebrating their 60th wedding anniversary this morning. How about that? I think that's everybody. Yes, 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Online, we're here for you at WCLUradio.com. In the very near future, we've got archives with a whole lot to talk about here today, so hang with us. We'll roll.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
So, your doctor says you need to eat more fruits and vegetables. Just so happens, we've dedicated our entire store to only the best and freshest fruits and vegetables, and a whole lot more at Ken Davis Produce. So, what are you waiting on? The doctor's orders. Come see us at Ken Davis Produce, just past the Farmers Livestock Market on 6880 in Glasgow.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Who will be the daily? Call 270-629-6666 and get started. Today we are patting on the back by special request Emily Jones. That's right, she had a birthday on Saturday, but we are catching up to pat Emily Jones on the back today by special request. If you could take care of that, help us do that, you be sure and let her know she's good as gold. From her friends here at WCLU and a little taste of Texas. All aboard the train that goes down memory lane. It's the archives here on WCLU. We look at some of the things that have made this place so special, and that is a daily trip for sure. And Sam Terry will join me to help us share some of the past after we hear from the folks who make it possible on the air. We're talking about Joseph A. Wade, Industrial Hardware Services, and Amedisys Home Health.
15,000 inventory items, custom brake hoses while you wait, cylinder repair. Is there anything Joseph A. Wade can't do? Well, one thing's for sure, Joseph A. Wade Incorporated serves a large community of people who believe there's no job they can't do, and that's the same attitude Joseph A. Wade has in their line of work. So for the smallest screws, Allen wrenches, or drill bits, or even a 5-stage hydraulic cylinder measuring 25 feet in length, Joseph A. Wade's motto, no problem. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated, 311 Industrial Drive, Glasgow.
Hello, I'm Kathy Murray. Did you know that some healthcare professionals still make house calls? Amedisys Home Health is a group of compassionate professionals who deliver the best care to our patients in their homes. Whether you're recovering from a surgery or recuperating from an illness, our home health nurses, aides, and therapists can provide medication and treatment to you in your home. Ask your doctors if you qualify for home health care, or call Amedisys Home Health Care at 270-651-7640.
You know what? I've got Sam Terry right here, and he is up and running in good order this morning here on WCLU, ready to do some of the look at things that got us here. Sam, you doing all right?
Doing well. How are you, Henry?
I'm doing real good. I'm just looking forward to sharing some of this history because there's some really interesting things. Well, actually, every day, interesting things in the newspaper and the news of record around here. So let's go back to 1918, okay?
Okay.
There is a fascinating story to me, 1918. This is in the Glasgow Times. Now, you know, historically, local newspapers, local radio, local whatever, doesn't have a great deal of national advertising all the time. Certainly back in 1918, you wouldn't think of it. But in 1918, the Wrigley's people had an ad. They bought an ad in the Glasgow Times 100 years ago. Now, here's the deal. All Wrigley's chewing gums are now in pink wrappers. Sam, this is to save tinfoil for Uncle Sam. You didn't know we needed to save our tinfoil, did you?
No, but it makes sense. We were still finishing up World War I, and we conserve all of our resources.
Wrigley's is now wrapped in pink paper and hermetically sealed in wax. That sounds complicated. So here we go with the Wrigley's lineup here, Sam, from 1918. Spearmint, the tangy flavor of mint. Juicy fruit, the luscious different flavor. Double mint, the soothing flavor of peppermint. Be sure and get Wrigley's because the flavor lasts, even though it's not wrapped in foil anymore. It still lasts. But I think that's pretty interesting how they said, hey, look, we're helping Uncle Sam save tinfoil, and they were buying ads in local papers to make that fact known, Sam.
Very interesting.
All right, let's go to 1928. We've got some news here about, some people say cut the crap. Well, this story's headline reads, Cutting Scrap. You just had to think about it a little bit. And there's a great part of this story right here. I just love the way the writing is here. In an altercation between Burris Walker and Pat Blakeman near Planter's Tobacco Warehouse Monday night, Walker is said to have slashed Blakeman's throat. While it is not thought to be fatal, Blakeman went to the hospital for treatment, and Walker was taken to Woodcock Hotel to await the action of the grand jury. Now, my presumption is Woodcock was the name of the jailer, maybe?
It probably was.
Yeah. So they took Walker to the Woodcock Hotel, and I do like this. This is yes, they slashed his throat, but not thought to be fatal. Don't try to lessen the thought of that at all.
Yeah, rough times. The tobacco warehouse.
Yeah, I guess they were like what, of course, that was a big money. There's a lot of money changing hands in 1928 at that area near the Planters Tobacco Warehouse. And some other things changing hands, too. Some altercations there. Checking in at the Woodcock Hotel. 1938, Sam, we've got this news story right here. This is actually, I don't want to laugh anymore because this is a terrible story, but Mrs. Green Slinker of Mary Oaks, Mrs. Green Slinker of Mary Oaks was severely burned about the lower limbs a few days ago, and she attempted to kindle a fire by pouring oil from a 2-gallon can. The flame flared up, catching the can on fire, which exploded. Mrs. Slinker had the presence of mind to jump into bed, which smothered her burning clothing. Mr. Slinker heard the report and came to the rescue, extinguishing the flames. Mrs. Slinker is improving very slowly. Wow, this is nothing good that can happen from that, other than the fact that I'm sure she's in a lot of pain and hopefully recovered expediently there in 1938. But we had to do something with the cold weather coming in there,
That's true. I'm glad that she was able to recover from that. That would be a very scary situation.
All right, we got a picture from 1948. Aaron, if you want to put that up there, this is the story from 1948 about 2 former Glasgowians. Yes, we got to read it the way it was published. 2 former Glasgowians contribute to the hospital. Reverend J.L. Piercy, the general chairman of the Sampson Community Hospital campaign, announced that he had received a letter from Arthur Kroc, a Washington correspondent for the New York Times, which he would like to make an open letter to the public. It read, "Dear Mr. Piercy, I enclose my check for $50 with the request that I may be permitted to contribute this sum to the Community Hospital Fund in my hometown. Yours faithfully, Arthur Kroc." A check for $58 was received from J. Brent Taylor, another native Glasgowian, now Associate Director of the Community Chests of America. If you're watching on Channel 6 or watching on Facebook Live, you're seeing that picture that Sam Terry provided us of Mr. Arthur Kroc. If there had been television newscasters back in that day, this guy would look good on TV,
He probably would have been on TV in that day and time. Arthur Kroc he's probably one of Glasgow's true unsung success stories that modern folks don't know about.
Right.
But he was the grandson of Emmanuel Morris, who operated the Morris Dry Goods Store on the square in the building that some folks might remember as Benjamin.
Mm-hmm.
There on the corner of Washington and Green Street.
Yes, sir.
And he left Glasgow to work for the Louisville Courier at that time and became an editor there. But Arthur Kroc also became the Washington bureau chief for the New York Times for many years, and he covered about 7 presidents during his tenure with the New York Times. And in the course of that, Arthur Kroc also won not 1, not 2, but 3 Pulitzer Prizes for his journalistic efforts. And Glasgow should be very proud to have Arthur Kroc as a native son.
Yes, and if talking about stopping and smelling the roses, there is a historical placard on East Main Street, right in front of, I guess, where he grew up, right there in the curve in the hill.
Correct. That was his grandfather's home, and Arthur Kroc wrote a couple of books, one being his autobiography, which is entitled Myself When Young, and I do know that our public library has that book on its shelves available for checkout. It's a fascinating look at what growing up in Glasgow was like in the 1890s and very early 1900s when Arthur Kroc was here.
Well, I can't help but saying, being involved in the media, knowing the historic significance of Arthur Kroc, I wish we could sit down with him and say, "Okay, Arthur, You know, you covered 7 presidents, and now it appears that the profession you chose has certainly changed the way it goes about covering presidents. I bet you never knew who Arthur Kroc voted for, did you?
I'm certain you didn't.
No, because that was part of being a professional journalist, to not put your personal influence anywhere, but that was Arthur Kroc, a stalwart journalist. And I appreciate that picture too, Sam. We need to do more to learn more about him because he made a difference, represented his hometown well, and set the stage for a lot of journalistic policies nationwide. All right, let's go to 1958. Speaking of journalists, we have another local journalist, William Beatty Jones. It was in the archives this day in 1958, who is convalescing at the Baptist Hospital in Louisville, where he is under treatment for injuries which included severe lacerations and bruises following a collision near Fort Knox, when his car collided with a truck loaded with cattle. Jones' car was demolished, and he was thrown out. Nothing good about that story at all, is it, Sam?
No, there's not. There's not. But he was a good fellow and did a lot of very good things for our community and others in his lifetime.
No question about it. Let's move to 1968. This was the day the Glasgow Locker plant and the Best Way Food Mart were destroyed by fire. 1968. You know, I just barely remember the Locker plant. But I remember, you know, people would, if they, slaughtered beef or slaughtered whatever they did, they would freeze it out there at the Locker plant. And it was a big deal. I can remember going with my grandparents out there to get some beef because they had it stored out there, you know. And it was a big deal. Everybody went to the Locker plant to pick it up. 1968. And that's right there, as I remember, it's out there right where Elmore and Payne used to be. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay, the Locker plant. A lot of history. How about this day in 1978, an advertisement for Hex. And as we have often told you, Hex today is the South Central Bank Ops Center. I'd like to know what these were, because I didn't take advantage of this sale in 1978. You can save on Lectra socks, $6.98 a pair. Now that's not Lecta socks from Metcalfe County. It's Lectra socks for $6.98 a pair. Which for socks, that doesn't sound too cheap, does it?
No, not for 1978.
And not for Lectra. But you can get an AM/FM clock radio for $23.99. A Regal Poly percolator for $6.99, and a baseboard heater for $28.88. Some heck of a deals at Hex in 1970.
So do your Christmas shopping.
Yeah, that's right. 1988, Lexington. This is some speculation. I'm not sure exactly this was obviously taken out of the context of a story, but this was in the Glasgow Republican, 1988. Lexington Drive widening could begin as early as this summer. So there were some folks who felt like Lexington Drive needed to be widened, and so they were kind of picking a time when it might could happen in the summer, which makes for a good story in the middle of winter. 1998, I did not remember this until I saw this in the archives. This was the day that the Walk Through Bethlehem continued at Glasgow Baptist Church. What a wonderful event that was this year. And going back to 1998, the Walk Through Bethlehem was continuing as well at the Glasgow Baptist Church. A lot of folks put a lot of time and a lot of effort into that. Makes for a wonderful...
Always an interesting thing.
Yes, it makes for a wonderful celebration. And speaking of Christmas, this day, 10 years ago, 2008, the Glasgow Christian Academy won the Grand Marshal Award at the Glasgow Christmas Parade. And the Lindsay family won the Jim Moody Award, which we love talking about that here. That was 10 years ago, 2008, the Glasgow Christmas Parade with some big winners. And in fact, we should say the Glasgow Christmas Parade is always a big winner. and all of the entrants as well, as proven this year as well as all the other years. All right, so what do you think? Have we significantly covered history today?
I believe so, Henry, but there's more to come.
That's right. We'll have a lot of interesting things tomorrow. Come back and join us. Thanks to the folks at Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services, as well as the good folks at Amedisys Home Health.
An associate degree is a great start to your college journey, but why stop there? People with a bachelor's degree earn more money, have more career satisfaction, and are more likely to climb higher within their organization. Take your education and your career to the next level and transfer your associate degree to WKU in Glasgow. You may qualify for a transfer scholarship of up to $4,000. Spring registration is going on now, so visit wku.edu/learn/here and climb higher with WKU.
Okay, let's go over your list one more time.
Check.
Caitlin, iPad Pro.
Check.
Your dad, iPhone 8 Plus. Your mom, iPad. My mom, iPhone XS.
Check.
Andrew gets my iPhone 8 Plus. I get an iPhone XS Max.
Check. And this is perfect because Bluegrass Cellular is offering $150 off any one iPhone or iPad. So I can save on your iPhone XS Max.
And what about the rest of the list?
Relax, because in addition to offering $150 off any one iPhone or iPad, Bluegrass Cellular is offering $400 off when you mix and match any two together. Spreading joy this holiday season has never been easier.
Great! Let's get moving, Mr. Claus.
Gotta end this commercial first, Mrs. Claus.
Offer good December 13th through December 26th, and restrictions apply. Shop online or get to a Bluegrass Cellular store just around the corner. Bluegrass Cellular, your community, expanded.
Let me ask you something. What do you see when you look at your home and your car? Do you see a bundle, a combo deal? That's how other insurance companies see them. But a State Farm agent sees so much more, because a State Farm agent sees your home and your car as more than just four walls and four wheels. They see the things you've worked really hard for. So why not give them the protection they deserve? Call State Farm agent Mike Bryant in Glasgow at 270-651-3608.
Well, let's see here. I got to jump in here and tell you about Jaden Perry. Jaden Perry is having a birthday today. We learned about that during the archives. We don't want to mess up and not get Jaden Perry's name on the birthday list here for today. And while we're talking about things, I've got some anniversaries coming in here, too. A couple of them, in fact. We've got Joshua and Deanne Phelps having a wedding anniversary today. That's Joshua and Deanne Phelps. Actually, I understand it is the Phelps 14th wedding anniversary today. Congratulations. Also, we have the 42nd wedding anniversary today for Mitchell and Rebecca Burris. That is Mitchell and Rebecca Burris, a nice couple, with their 42nd wedding anniversary today. How about that? Thanks for letting us celebrate with you.
It's amazing the lengths to which we will go.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50+ years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Find the next great piece for your home at Barren River Consignment, where the inventory is designed to provide
Your first choice for banking solutions. Want to know more? Just listen to Owen Lambert at South Central Bank in Glasgow.
I've been involved in the financial services industry for 38 years. Our goal at South Central Bank, customer service and the customer's needs ahead of things, and we'll take as much time as it takes and spare no effort to make sure that we deliver on that kind of promise. And I think that sets us apart. What we do is we create unique, custom-made customer solutions where no two have to be exactly the same. We want unique experiences. We want every customer to feel special, to feel wanted, and more than anything, to feel valuable.
South Central Bank with 29 convenient locations. Find them online at southcentralbank.com.
South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
WCLU, we are barreling our way toward trivia. Get that thinking cap ready to roll, and we'll make sure that we ask the question. You will have plenty of time to get the answer, and Phillips Family IGA is waiting to find out who's going to win this week with something special out there as well. So be aware of that. The colder air has arrived. Are you ready at home to deal with the colder air? Glasgow Building Supply is ready to help you with a quality Eden Pure heater. Keep your home warm with the efficiency of the Eden Pure. It comes in the low-profile version or the tower version with the new and improved copper XH hybrid heat technology. Available in walnut and in maple, and available in the low-profile and the tower size. Come to Glasgow Building Supply. You will see how inexpensive heating your home can be. That's Glasgow Building Supply on 31 Bypass in Glasgow.
An associate degree is a great start to your college journey, but why stop there? People with a bachelor's degree earn more money, have more career satisfaction, and are more likely to climb higher within their organization. Take your education and your career to the next level and transfer your associate degree to WKU in Glasgow. You may qualify for a transfer scholarship of up to $4,000. Spring registration is going on now, so visit wku.edu/learn/here and climb higher with WKU.
Oh, the sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home.
Cooperative Solar. Solar power from your local Kentucky Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Join the community. CooperativeSolar.com.
A message from Farmers RECC, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Accidents can't always be avoided, but at Southern Kentucky Collision, if you hit a deer, you get a turkey this holiday season. Southern Kentucky Collision. Call 270-651-6413. All right, trivia, here we go. Trevor Phillips from Phillips Family IGA has this word, and then I'll ask the question.
Phillips Family IGA does not want you to stress over your meal plans this Christmas season. Let us help set your table with fresh cuts of fine meats, along with a large selection of fresh quality products. View our full sales ad online each week at phillipsiga.com and make sure to like us on Facebook. I'm store manager Trevor Phillips. Thank you for letting us be a part of your family meal tradition since 1960. From the entire Phillips IGA family, we wish you and yours a very Merry Christmas. Phillips Family IGA on Main Street in Hiceville.
Okay, here we go. 651-9149, 800-956-1023. We're going to put somebody's name in the basket over there. The French word Noel is often used at Christmas, but what's the original meaning in Latin of the word Noel? All right, little Christmas holiday trivia this morning. 651-9149, 800-956-1023. The French word Noel, often used at Christmas. But what is the original meaning in Latin of the word Noel? Hello, trivia.
To be born.
I'm sorry?
To be born.
All right. I'm going to give it to you because the word is birth. So would you think close birth enough. And to be born is close enough, is it?
I'll take it.
All right. And who's this speaking?
This is Benny Lyle.
Benny, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great.
Now, I didn't know you had Latin.
I did not. Actually, my daughters did. So,
okay.
But I did have Google. So.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the in the early, not in the early days, but certainly the French word Noel comes from the Latin word for birth. And so, they thought that they would, do some things celebrating the holiday with the word Noel, which is birth. And I don't know. I'm older than you, but I did have Latin in high school. A lady named Miss Pauline Cole was my Latin teacher.
Yeah.
And, I still use some of the things that I learned from her just about every day because Latin is such a fascinating language. But I can tell you this. I understand why we don't speak it anywhere because it is a very complex language. It takes 6 or 7 letters at the end of a word to change the tense a lot of times, and that's just more than people speaking could speak out.
Yeah, and that word Noel ended up making a real good song.
It did. It really did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're going to be talking more about that. We're going to try to sneak in some Christmas trivia here because it's timely there, Benny.
It is. Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in today, and you be sure and have a Merry Christmas.
You too, Henry.
Thank you.
See
Bye-bye.
you.
All right,
Thanks.
Benny Lyle. That's right. It is. The word is Noel. It's a French word. The original meaning of the word Noel is a Latin word, and it means birth, which is very apropos to celebrate the holiday season. Thanks to Benny. Thanks to Phillips Family IGA. Thanks to you. Who knows what crazy avenue we'll go down tomorrow for trivia, but we can get you registered, too.
CBS News Update. Just how far did Russia go to assure President Trump's victory in the 2016 election? The Senate commissioned a report to find out. It's due to be released at noon, but details are already leaking. CBS's Tom Foti has details from Washington.
The Washington Post has obtained an incomplete Senate report analyzing data provided by the giants of social media about Russia's disinformation campaign targeting the 2016 presidential race. The research reported by the Post seems to echo conclusions by the intelligence community that Russia tried hard to help elect Donald Trump and defeat Hillary Clinton, but it does not implicate Mr. Trump.
CBS News political analyst Leonard Steinhorn says companies like Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube will have more explaining to do.
This is just going to ratchet up the pressure on tech companies because if they weren't doing their job, if they were asleep at the wheel, or if they were trying to obstruct investigations into this, then they will pay a political price.
CBS News Update. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
The Royce Radio Family. WCLU, 1490 Glasgow. WCLU-FM, 102.3 Munfordville, Glasgow. And W276DO, 103.1 Glasgow.
Most of us make sure we get preventative maintenance for our vehicles, our air conditioning, and other things that we use every day that we depend on. Shouldn't putting your health be at the top of that list? This is nurse practitioner Brittany Jackson, and at Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic, we see so many people who waited to make their health a top priority and address those minor problems before they became big problems. Come see us today to establish us as your primary care provider, and we can discuss all the preventative maintenance recommended to keep you in tip-top shape. This is the perfect time of year to get you and your family on the track to better health. We can't wait to see how we can help you because, after all, wellness is part of our name. Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic, your place for hometown healing. Don't forget we are in our new location right across from TJ Sampson Hospital at 1214B North Race Street. Call us today, 270-629-6722. We look forward to helping your entire family achieve better health at Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic in Glasgow.
Insurance is all about families. That's true when you think about it. From insuring your home, your car, to the farm that provides for the family.
Or that family business that continues through generations. I'm Jared Pursley with Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Don't you mean ISU Pettigo Lessenberry?
Okay, Daniel, you always have to be right.
I'm Daniel Bird here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry, and what we're trying to say is that everything we do is for our families. So if you're looking for agents you can trust,
agents who know where you're coming from, then we'd be honored to serve you and your family's best interest.
Call us today at 270-651-8837.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the latest edition of Live and Local News right here on WCLU for this Monday, December the 17th. I'm Aaron Russell reporting our top story today. Let's take a look at the agenda for the upcoming Barron County Board of Education meeting going on this afternoon at 4:30 p.m. at the central office for Barron County Schools, just off the square on West Washington Street. They'll be recognizing the Student of the Month, which is BCHS student Quentin Burton, and they'll also be talking about some things going on with the recent renovations an ATC project. The ATC is the Barron County Area Technology Center, different from the CTC or the Innovation Zone that is recently opened in Barron County. The Area Technology Center has been a staple and vocational school for the Barron County schools and area surrounding schools for many years, and are currently going renovations to add bigger spaces for project rooms, classrooms, and laboratories, and so forth. They'll be talking about the renovations for that, taking bids for the painting of the renovations, and they will be doing capital outlay funds and approving the auditor's report, as well as talking about district improvement plans for the 2018, rest of 2018, as well as the 2019 fiscal year and school year. And that is a checkup of what's going on at the Barron County Board of Education, once again at 4:30 p.m. at the Barron County Central Office, just located right off the square in Glasgow. Next, Kentucky is facing serious health challenges, according to an annual state-by-state ranking of key health indicators. The America's Health Rankings of 2018 report released on Wednesday places Kentucky as 45th among states, down from 42nd in 2017. Senior medical advisor with the United Health Foundation, Dr. Rhonda Randall, notes that the Commonwealth places last among states in a few very important measures.
Physical inactivity, preventable hospitalization, that's going to the hospital for something that, if you would have caught it earlier, could have been taken care of in an outpatient setting, and also 50th in the nation for cancer deaths. And I would be remiss if I didn't note that Kentucky is ranked 49th in the nation for smoking.
Randall says that the prevalence of obesity is also of the greatest concern on the national level. It now impacts 31% of adults and is a primary contributor to the heart disease and cancer on the national stage. Kentucky's adult obesity rate is slightly higher at 34%.
Childhood poverty is a key indicator of socioeconomic status, and we know that children who are living in poverty have greater challenges for health for the rest of their life. So the fact that childhood poverty is decreasing is a good suggestion that over the course of their lifetime, we're setting them on a path to better health.
On the bright side, that Randall notes that childhood poverty has decreased 19% nationally in the past 5 years, and then Randall says that the findings can help people focus on areas where they can improve behaviors and impact their health.
Things like being more physically active, that's got to be something you enjoy, whether it's gardening or taking a dog for a walk or some other activity that you're going to be able to stick with. Thinking about what kind of a diet will be something that you'll stay with for the rest of your life.
She adds that health professionals, public health leaders, and policymakers can use this report to examine ways to better support people in their communities in all aspects of their health. Now let's move on and hear from Amy Bingham with WKU for this week's WKU View from the Hill.
First question I asked him, what's your career objective? And he says, I like to have a good job in an oil and gas exploration company, challenging. And I said, fine, that's right at my alley, so come on over.
Arthur fit right into Dr. Ghani's plan to start an Imperial Barrel Award team at WKU. Advancing to the world competition in Houston, WKU didn't win, but Arthur got the attention of Exxon and snagged an important internship.
After that, it was just I knew that was the goal I wanted to do.
From there, Arthur had to outshine 35 other interns to get a job with Exxon, which he is set to begin in the spring.
It's many, many years of hard work that finally comes together or something like that. There's no chance I would be, where I am if I hadn't come here.
Dr. Ghani isn't at all surprised that the student who loved to climb rocks as a kid has gotten his dream job.
His hobby is rock climbing, but as a hilltopper, he actually learned pretty well how to climb to the success.
Reporting for WCLU, I'm Amy Bingham.
Thank you, Amy. And in local 911 activity for this on Sunday, December the 16th, at 6:51 on Happy Valley Road in Cave City, a house fire was reported. The Cave City Fire Department, Park City Fire Department, Hinesville Volunteer Fire Department, Barron County Sheriff's Office, and the Cave City Police Department all responded to that call. It is 7:15, now 7:16 right here on WCLU. Well, let's check in. Let's take a word from our sponsors, and when we come back, we will have some more live and local news. You're listening to WCLU.
Extreme Prosthetics understands that when it comes to comfort and function, not all prosthetic devices are made the same. A properly fitted prosthesis can allow you to walk naturally without daily pain and discomfort. Extreme Prosthetics works with your physician and insurance company to help you get the comfort and function you deserve. Don't let your current discomfort and lack of mobility discourage you. Call the experts at Extreme Prosthetics today for a better, more comfortable life.
It just takes one look at the new facility at 1300 West Main Street, and you can tell the People's Bank is growing. And that's because we have great customers who know a thing or two about growth. And what they'll all tell you is, well, the best growth strategy has always been hard work. That's why when it came time for Jerry Anderson to expand his cattle operation, he trusted the growth of his herd to the People's Bank, who worked hard to find the unique solutions to fit his needs. Experience what growth could be like with the People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC.
Back here with more live and local news right here on WCLU. It is currently 7:18, or 7:17 rather. I'm Aaron Russell reporting our next story. A former Paducah bookkeeper who used stolen money to pay for a condo in Panama City, Florida, and a trip to see New York City's New Year's Eve ball drop has now been sentenced to prison. According to U.S. Attorney's Office, Dana Thomas was a bookkeeper at Audiology and Hearing Center in Paducah, where she used company credit cards for personal transactions from about May of 2015 all the way through December of 2017. After Thomas resigned, a new bookkeeper discovered that Thomas had used and stolen more than $125,000. Thomas pleaded guilty to wire fraud in August. On Friday, she was sentenced to 27 months in prison, followed by 3 years of supervised release. She was ordered to pay restitution of over $147,000. Looking to reap the benefits from federal action to legalize hemp, a hemp processor said Friday it will expand operations in Kentucky by building a $40 million plant in a rural area where it hopes to cultivate ties with farmers by growing the crop. Gincana Global USA Incorporated said its new processing facility at Mayfield in western Kentucky will create 80-plus jobs. The Winchester-based company Kentucky-based company is looking to contract with dozens more farmers next year to ramp up its hemp supply. Kentucky will create the company's president, Steve Bevan, said Gincana was pushing ahead with the venture regardless of federal action, but he cheered congressional approval to legalize venture regardless of that and the legalization of hemp, saying it will greatly increase demand for hemp products, which will increase hemp supply needs. He thinks that the industry is going to blossom, Bevan said in a phone interview. The Mayfield venture comes days after Congress finished work on a new farm bill that included a provision to legalize hemp cultivation. President Donald Trump is expected to sign the bill into law next week. The hemp provision provides the crop from the removes the crop from the federally controlled substances and treats the low THC version of cannabis as the plant as any other crop. THC is the cannabis, that compound that gives marijuana its high. Federal legislation passed 4 years ago cracked open the door for some farming by allowing states to create hemp pilot programs or to conduct research on hemp cultivation by Kentucky lawmakers, including Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and U.S. Representative James Comer. Both helped to lead the pro-hemp push in Congress, and on Friday, Comer predicted hundreds of Kentucky farmers will start growing hemp, drawn by markets backed by large investments to create processing and manufacturing operations close to production. For a farmer to be able to grow something, they obviously have to have a market to sell it, Comer said. The key to giving farmers that opportunity to grow hemp, you have to have its processor. So Gincana, locating here, opens up western Kentucky to hemp. Hemp has historically been used for rope, but has many other uses, including clothing and mulch from the fiber, hemp milk and cooking oil from its seeds, and soap and lotions. And all other uses include building materials, animal bedding, and biofuels. Gincana processes and manufactures cannabis oil, or CBD products. Proponents say that CBD, a non-psychoactive compound found in hemp, offers a multitude of health benefits, from relieving pain to taming anxiety. The company has a Winchester research facility employing about 160 people, and it started manufacturing, packaging, and retail operation in Paducah in western Kentucky, and now Gincana hopes to finish construction on its Mayfield plant late next year. Gincana hopes that Kentucky has been at the forefront of hemp's comeback, and that farmers in the state planted 6,700 acres of hemp in 2018, more than twice last year's production. And according to Kentucky's Agriculture Department, more than 70 Kentucky processors are turning the plant into products. The value of Kentucky's 2017 hemp crop was about $17 million, and more than 1,000 Kentucky farmers have applied to grow hemp in 2019, a 400% increase from applications in the 2018 production year, Kentucky Agriculture Commissioner Ryan Quarles said recently. Gincana contracted with about a dozen Kentucky farmers in 2018 to grow hemp on 900-plus acres, and it hopes to contract with even more than 50 farmers in 2019 with a goal of more than 10,000 acres of hemp production, Bevins said. And now the Republican Party of Kentucky has requested the work emails of several teachers, saying that they want to see if there is a widespread misuse of government resources. Some teachers, however, see this as a ploy to intimidate. The GOP declined to tell the Courier-Journal how many requests it has sent and for whom, but the newspaper reports that at least some are directed at teachers who unsuccessfully ran for office in November's election as Democratic candidates. Laurel County teacher Dustin Allen, a former candidate, says that he thinks Republicans are trying to make everybody afraid to run again. Republican Party of Kentucky spokesman Tress Watson says that the requests weren't meant to intimidate. He says that they are about information gathering and whether government resources are being used for political activity and how widespread that issue is. That is all for Live and Local News today right here on WCLU. For this Monday, December the 17th, I'm Aaron Russell reporting. It's 7:22. After this word from our sponsors, let's hear from the Kentucky News Network.
Danny Duval wanted to get his teeth fixed, and he had a good sense about how to get it done.
I called 2 or 3 different doctors, and of course, I remember Dr. Thurman done that kind of work. I knowed him back years ago when he worked for Dr. Hayes in Edmonton. I decided to go with him. It was an excellent decision, yes, real good decision, yes.
So Danny had a meet and greet with Dr. Thurman, and they came up with a plan.
He checked it all out and said it needed to be done, and we set up a date, and we done it. Wouldn't rush me or nothing, no pressure at all.
That's like so many of Dr. Thurman's patients who say there is no pressure about what to do or when, and there is no pain.
Really wasn't no pain at all. I had done like on a Friday and Monday I was back at work.
What was Danny Duval's biggest surprise? I think he liked smiling again.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, big time. And everybody said it really looked good.
Don't be intimidated or afraid to get a better bite. Call Dr. Jim Thurman at Glasgow Dental Care today at 270-651-5939.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chapman. Kentucky's Attorney General has announced he will oppose a Texas federal judge's recent ruling of the Affordable Care Act as unconstitutional. Andy Beshear says over 1.3 million Kentuckians would lose health coverage if the Affordable Care Act is dismantled. Kentucky officials say people representing themselves in small claims cases can now avoid trips to the courthouse by filing documents electronically. The administrative office of the court says it has expanded the availability of e-filing for self-represented litigants in small claims cases. The CDC reports flu season is off to a slow beginning this year.
While cases of influenza are being reported from coast to coast, only Georgia is seeing a high rate of infection right now. This year's predominant strain of flu so far is H1N1, and this year's flu vaccine seems fairly effective. The strain that caused last year's extremely severe flu season, N3N2, is far less prevalent this year. Last year, the flu killed 80,000 people and sent 1 million to the hospital. The CDC says plenty of this year's vaccine is still available. John Jeffries, NBC News Radio.
The health department has confirmed 217 flu cases in the Commonwealth this season, along with 2 flu-related deaths. Christmas is coming early for several Kentucky foster families in need. Community Strong of Elizabethtown hosted its Christmas with a Cause event Sunday. The group's co-founder, Megan Jackson, tells WLKY it's an event close to her heart.
I always thought my kids were a handful. I never dreamed of taking on more, but we fell in love with some kids at church, and they were foster kids. And we started kind of learning more, and we just got moved to go in that direction, and we fell in love.
Families enjoyed a craft fair, photos with Santa, ornament decorating, a bounce house, and an ugly Christmas sweater contest. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Looking for fast, easy, and secure electronic banking? Community Trust has a wide variety of banking services to meet your needs, including internet banking, bill pay, and mobile banking. We now have even more great services like Apple Pay, make payments directly from your smartphone, and People Pay, a fast, easy, secure way to send and receive money from your smartphone. Visit us on the internet to learn more at ctbi.com. That's ctbi.com.
Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Every year at the office holiday party, Larry does the same thing. He wears his tie like a headband. Woohoo! He flirts with Jill from purchasing.
You're pretty, Jill.
Ew, gross.
He juggles staplers.
Hey, check this out. Whoops, my bad.
But one thing Larry doesn't do is drive home impaired. He gets a ride, but probably not from Jill.
Nope.
Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid with...
The new Hardee's is now open in Glasgow. Normally, when someone moves into the neighborhood, you welcome them, preferably with biscuits. But we already make biscuits from scratch, hand-breaded chicken tenders, and 100% Angus beef thick burgers. So don't you go welcoming us. We can welcome ourselves and shake our own hands. But that doesn't mean if you visit us, we won't welcome you. And welcoming you with welcome biscuits is all we need to welcome ourselves. Got it? Good. Welcome to the neighborhood. Us. Next to Glasgow High School on Columbia Avenue. Hardee's, because it tastes better. Now open.
Do you suffer from high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, or any other ailment that requires you to take multiple medications multiple times a day? If so, you should be getting your prescriptions filled at Glasgow Prescription Center, because Glasgow Prescription Center can package your medicine in a small 2-inch plastic bag based on what time of day you should take each of your medications. 1 package for mornings, 1 package for evenings, and any other time of day and dosage you're prescribed. Glasgow Prescription Center is leading the way with this new service, and it doesn't cost any extra to have your medicine packaged in a way that helps keep you on schedule, and it makes it easy to take your medicine when you travel. It's just another reason why there's only one Glasgow Prescription Center. Southgate Plaza in Glasgow, 270-651-8889.
Let's turn to local sports. On tonight's local high school basketball schedule, the Glasgow Lady Scotties welcome Bowling Green to Scotty Gym for a JV varsity doubleheader. It begins at 6 o'clock tonight. You can join Joe Myers and Bruce Tribune with the broadcast of the varsity game about 7:15 tonight on WCLU 103.1 FM and on 1490 AM, as well as online at playwclu.com. In other girls' action tonight, Hart County entertains Butler County. Cumberland County travels to Louisville-Fairdale. Russell County visits Warren Central. And Logan County hosts Hopkinsville. That's a check of local sports.
Weather from the WCLU Weather Center. Brought to you by McDonald's.
Now, McDonald's helps you find a little joy every day with its $1, $2, $3 menu. Get some of your favorites for less when you have a juicy McDouble. Or have some of our small, world-famous fries for just $1 each. But an offer this good can only last for a limited time, so hurry in and add a little joy to your day with the $1, $2, $3 menu. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Besides the fog, actually in pretty good shape here as we head through the next few days. Rain is not back into the forecast until about Thursday as our next storm system approaches, but it does look like that rain system once again may carry up to an inch of rain in some spots. Luckily for most of us now, we've seen a little bit better weather here as we've headed through the morning hours. There are some areas of patchy fog around, but no advisories until you get into north central Tennessee. So if you are traveling and making the long trip, that's where you'll run into some patchy, dense fog, but still areas of fog around this morning. Otherwise clear. Then we'll get in through the day, mostly sunny and 54. Overnight tonight, a little bit colder, 27, some clouds around. Tomorrow, clouds with sunshine, 49. Wednesday, mix of clouds and sunshine as we shoot into the mid-50s, and rain in here on Thursday, and it could rain on Friday. But I've looked ahead toward the weekend, the first couple of days leading up to Christmas Eve. Saturday and Sunday look good. Temperatures in the upper 40s with a mix of clouds and sunshine. I'm meteorologist Ray Stedgick, a Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. Our visibility is improving a little bit out there, too. We are seeing less fog, visibility about 6 miles at the Glasgow Airport right now, which is a bit of an improvement. Let's just be aware of that as we make our way south. It appears to be that's where more of the problem is. And boy, with the sun beaming down right now, looking over to the east, it's just it's almost a whiteout if you were looking out our studio cam there, the front, what do we call that? The roof cam. That's what it is, the roof cam, looking out down. It's pretty white with all the bright sunshine hitting what cloud cover is in the upper atmosphere there this morning. Barometers at 30.17. Winds out of the northwest at a couple of miles an hour. 99% humidity. And no precip in the past 24 hours here at WCLU Studios. We are at 7:31. It's 30 degrees. Weather brought to you by the folks who are working on your breakfast at McDonald's this morning.
An associate degree.
Total local care 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total local care 24/7.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
Find the next great piece for your home at Barren River Consignment, where the inventory is designed to provide something for everyone. Affordable household items from mid-century to home decor, including furniture, artwork, dinnerware, glassware, and more. Each piece is cleaned and polished to ensure the highest quality to become the perfect fit for your home. Barren River Consignment also offers estate and tag sale services. Shop for style without breaking the bank. Barren River Consignment, located on L. Rogers Wells Boulevard in Glasgow.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance. Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Ready for the countdown to Christmas, which we're going to be telling you more about. Some special things going on here for Ralphie's Fun Center. Today on the birthday list, we have some special folks to chime in with. Let me tell you about Jaden Perry, who is having a birthday today. Carly Parker with a birthday, too. It's number 17 for Lauren Witt. Daryl Prophet has a birthday. Christina Medley celebrates. Teresa Carter. Teresa is 64, we understand, today. Miss Laura Coomer has a birthday. Betty Pointer. Tabitha Curtis, number 31 for Tabitha. Marilyn Mills. Jessica Gray. Janie Shaw with a birthday. Catherine Payne with a birthday today, too. We are celebrating the 14th wedding anniversary with Joshua and Deanne Phelps today. It's number 42 for Mitchell and Rebecca Burris today, and number 60 for Wallace and Hazel Duval. Congratulations to all of these honorees here at WCLU. 651-9149-800-956-1023. Online, a real simple click at WCLUradio.com. For birthdays and anniversaries, we appreciate Ralphie's Fun Center sponsoring the birthdays. Hey, and don't forget, Hardee's is now open. The new Hardee's is now open just past Glasgow High School on Columbia Avenue. Part of the celebration, you can get a sausage egg biscuit, 2 of them for $3.50 at the all-new Hardee's.
Okay, let's go over.
Extreme Prosthetics understands that when it comes to comfort and function, not all prosthetic devices are made the same. A properly fitted prosthesis can allow you to walk naturally without daily pain and discomfort. Extreme Prosthetics works with your physician and insurance company to help you get the comfort and function you deserve. Don't let your current discomfort and lack of mobility discourage you. Call the experts at Extreme Prosthetics today for a better, more comfortable life.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
It just takes one look at the new facility at 1300 West Main Street, and you can tell the People's Bank is growing. And that's because we have great customers who know a thing or two about growth. And what they'll all tell you is, well, the best growth strategy has always been hard work. That's why when it came time for Jerry Anderson to expand his cattle operation, he trusted the growth of his herd to the People's Bank, who worked hard to find the unique solutions to fit his needs. Experience what growth can be like with the People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at
year and look forward to the year ahead. As 2018 comes to a close, we at Citizens First say thank you for choosing us to be your financial partner. We appreciate the opportunity to serve you and to serve our community, and we look forward to continuing our relationship in 2019 and for many years to come. From our Citizens First family to yours, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy, healthy, and prosperous New Year.
Member FDIC.
Don't forget, coming up at 9 o'clock this morning, it's a very popular program we have on WCLU 1490 and WCLU 103.1 FM. It's, of course, the Kentucky Sports Radio, KSR, with Matt Jones and a cast of interesting commentators will be on the air talking about all types of neat things from the weekend sports. Be sure and join them at 9 o'clock here on WCLU 103.1 and 1490. And then tonight on those same channels, we've got high school basketball, girls basketball. It's the Bowling Green Lady Purples coming to town as the Lady Scotties host them in a JV varsity doubleheader. That means that Joe and Bruce will be on the air at about 7:15 or so tonight with that broadcast. So lots going on. We are plugged in all over the place here at WCLU. Tidbit News next.
Good morning, friends. Louis Cassels, dying in 1974, once said, Jesus did not say, "Come to me and get it over with." He said, "If any man would come after me, let him take up his cross daily and follow me." Daily is the key word here. Our commitment to Christ, however genuine and wholehearted it may be today, must be renewed tomorrow, and the next day after that, and the next day after that, until the path comes to the river. We are all following a road in life that ultimately ends up at the river of no return, the river of death, which we must cross as we enter the great beyond. We would do well to remember that we cannot swim this river by our own strength. We must be carried safely over on the lifeboat of Jesus. That being true, it would follow that we must be in fellowship with the captain of the only lifeboat available to us. We must come to Jesus, for he is the only way to safety, the only truth that teaches us how to find safety, and the only giver of eternal life in heaven. Following any other way will simply end in our drowning as we attempt to cross the great river. Putting our trust in any other so-called truth will only cause the boat to sink in our effort to cross safely, and seeking life from any other source other than Jesus will only lead us deeper into the darkness and ultimate failure. All this being true, I then must renew my commitment every day. If not doing this, then I tend to lose my focus, and the lifeboat becomes harder to find while the river becomes swifter and the crossing slips away. This is Danny Wyatt for the Refuge Church of Christ.
From the north, south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
Tidbit News. It's 7:40, 20 till 8 o'clock, 30 degrees. Aaron Russell's going to join me here with Tidbit News. I got to do a little follow-up right here. You know, in the archives this morning, Aaron?
Oh, yeah?
We had a story in 1928 about these two fellows getting into a fight.
Yeah.
Where one guy got his throat slashed by another guy.
I heard.
Down close to the Planter's Warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
And the story in the Republican written 100 years ago, or 90 years ago said that the guy who did the slashing spent time in the Woodcock Hotel.
Yeah.
And I was presuming that that probably was the name of the jailer. Well, believe it or not, Mike Steenbergen, smart fella about all kinds of stuff, called me up. Mike said, yeah, that was my uncle by marriage.
Oh, okay.
And his name was Lee Woodcock.
Lee Woodcock.
Lee Woodcock was the jailer, I guess the innkeeper, if you will, at the Woodcock Hotel.
Yeah.
And Mike told me that his daddy was a young man when Uncle Woodcock was running the hotel, and said he would go down there and help him some.
Oh, wow. Real cool.
It's a neat story.
Really
Love to
neat.
have those personal connections. So I appreciate Mike Steenbergen sharing that with us.
Most definitely.
All right, tidbit news here. A couple of stories here to share with you this morning. Now, I heard about this story over the weekend, and sometimes I just want to make sure it's not made up because it's so off the wall.
I understand.
But this one is, I've got this now. This is the UPI version of this story.
Gotta love UPI.
Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Kentucky Fried Chicken is getting into the holiday spirit with an unusual product. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
A fire log designed to smell like fried chicken.
Well,
KFC's 11 Herbs and Spices Fire Log,
nice.
created in partnership with EnviroLog, is designed to emulate the smell of the fast food chain's Colonel's Secret Recipe chicken.
Love it.
For more than a million years, mankind has been attempting to improve upon the simple fire, said KFC on its website. We have tried burning different things like sticks or leaves or various incriminating documents. We have tried making fires last longer. We've even figured out how to turn them into different colors. It says here that all of that experimentation, all of that innovation has culminated in this event. The KFC 11 Herbs and Spices Fire Log.
Oh, wow.
Says here the log is available for $18.99 while supplies last. And now get this, you wouldn't think you need this, but it comes with this important disclaimer, Aaron.
Okay.
You're about to put this fire log on the fire.
Yeah.
And the disclaimer reads as follows, quote, "Please don't put face directly into the fire in an attempt to smell fried chicken," unquote.
I love it. Where can you pick these up? Are these
I don't
online,
know.
or are they at your local KFC?
I don't know that. I didn't go
Yeah,
that far. But
I understand.
Because here's the I don't know. I don't know lots of things I could say about it, but I don't. Somebody needs to. Sometimes you might not be able to resist that smell. You might put your face in the fire by mistake.
Yeah. Oh me.
But anyway, and the other thing is, it's a big letdown if you smell like you got that good KFC chicken in the house.
Oh, exactly.
And it's not in the house.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when
it just smells like it's in the house.
Yeah, like when you get those scented candles that smell like sweets and goodies.
Yeah,
and there's no sweets and goodies.
Cinnabon candles.
Exactly.
So anyway, if you want to, hey, let's celebrate the holidays. Come on over here. We've got eggnog. We've got this, and we've got a fire that smells like fried chicken.
We got the chicken log.
That's right. That should get a crowd for the holidays for sure.
Most definitely.
All right. Anyway, but remember that to read that disclaimer. Don't stick your face in the fire in an effort to smell fried chicken. Or actually for any reason.
I wouldn't. I don't think there's a lot of good reasons.
No, that's right. All right, this story over here, this is has a happy ending to it here. A North Carolina woman said some last-minute weather preparation led her to winning a $100,000 lottery jackpot. Her name is Barbara Branch. She's from Mooresboro, North Carolina. And she told the Education Lottery in North Carolina that she stopped at, and I like the name of this store. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
She stopped at Earl's Shortstop.
What?
To buy some kerosene.
Yeah.
In advance of some expected nasty weather. I wanted to make sure I was ready in case the power went out, Ms. Branch said. When I went to pay, something just told me to buy a lottery ticket.
Wow.
Branch selected the big money playbook, and she scratched off a $100,000 prize.
Man.
Quote, "I kept asking myself, is this for real?" Ms. Branch said. I had to have the clerk check it when she told me to sign the back with my hand, or told me the back my hands were shaking.
Yeah, I can.
I would shake.
Yeah.
Most people just end up with bread and milk when they get ready for the storm, she says. I can't believe I ended up with $100,000.
She got a lot of bread.
That's right. And Miss Branch says she plans to use the cash to make repairs to her home.
Well, that's nice.
So it is a good story right there.
Yeah, real good
Think
story.
about that.
Just-
Down at Earl's Shortstop.
Earl.
That's right. You know,
winning big at Earl's.
That's right. That's right. Make some groceries at the quick stop store. I'm thinking about a song.
Okay, gotcha.
So anyway, we're going to move from Earl's Shortstop to this one last story right here. This is for folks who like wildlife. This is a mischievous parrot.
Oh wow!
This mischievous parrot was booted from an animal sanctuary. Let me get that. I can't read the words at all. I've got fried chicken in my nose.
Yeah.
Let me try this again.
Turn down the fire.
A mischievous parrot.
Okay.
Who was booted from an animal sanctuary for his foul mouth.
Oh wow!
Has found a friend in Amazon's Alexa device. Are you ready for this?
Oh boy, here we go.
The parrot's name is Rocco. He's an African gray.
Yeah.
He was caught using the virtual assistant to play his favorite music, to tell jokes, and get this, Rocco was even ordering snacks through Alexa.
That is great.
The Times of London reports, thankfully, the device parental lock system prevented the clever boy from actually purchasing any items, which included strawberries, ice cream, and even a kettle.
A kettle?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was really going out. Owner Marion Wisniewski told the London Times she took the parrot in after he was removed from a sanctuary operated by the UK's National Animal Welfare Trust for swearing too much. You know, you see these public service announcements on TV, and they're much needed. You know, rescue an animal.
Yeah. The World Wildlife Foundation.
That's right.
Little pandas out there.
I'm feeling bad about Rocco. He's inside four walls and can't cuss.
Just imagine that, like these shots of like tigers going across this open field.
You know.
Just elephants, bathing or something, and then just Rocco cussing in the corner of a sanctuary.
It says Rocco, who was taught to curse by a previous owner.
What an evil person.
Well, I mean, certainly, let's don't blame it on the people who ran the shelter.
Yeah.
Anyway, Rocco is evidently loving his new home, interacting with Alexa up to 40 times a day. and mastering countless household sounds.
That's great.
Now get this, he's bored, I guess, since he can't order stuff online.
Yeah.
He knows the telephone. He can make different mobile ringtones.
Really?
Miss Wisniewski said he can do the microwave sound or the squeaking door on my refrigerator. He can do the ice cream van in the summer and truck reversing so loud you think it's in your living room. That's a talented,
yes.
He's got more
Rocco's
to...
a smart bird.
Yeah, he's got more to life than just cursing,
Exactly.
in captivity. Anyway, so that's Rocco, the African gray.
He's got a very interesting life.
I like that business where the parental lock kept him from ordering a kettle. He was going to ring the bell or something, you think? All right, so that's what we have here in Tidbit News. Fried chicken log, North Carolina lottery ticket, and Rocco.
Rocco.
Only. Fortunately, on Tidbit News.
Hello, I'm Anthony.
Parish carpet.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
So, your doctor says you need to eat more fruits and vegetables. Just so happens
We've dedicated our entire store to only the best and freshest fruits and vegetables and a whole lot more at Ken Davis Produce. So, what are you waiting on? The doctor's orders. Come see us at Ken Davis Produce, just past the Farmers Livestock Market on 6880 in Glasgow.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local healthcare provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good, he'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Who will be on 6413? Busy week around here with lots coming up for Christmas. Want to remind you about a couple of things that are going on here in South Central Kentucky. Coming up tomorrow at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you can enjoy the holidays by creating a graham cracker house at Mary Wood Weldon Library. It's at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Supplies furnished. Sign up at the library to build that particular graham cracker house. And then coming up on Wednesday, the Center United Methodist Church Choir presents Have You Seen the Star? It's at 7 o'clock on Wednesday night. Finger Food Fellowship afterwards. The pastor out at Center United Methodist is Mr. Neil Jeffries. Also, Sandy Gorin has a book signing at the South Central Kentucky Cultural Center this Saturday from 10 until 2. Barron County School Days. It's 231 pages with an index. Includes photos of one-room schools, students, and teachers of Barron County schools. Sounds very, very impressive. And that's Miss Sandy Gorin. That's from 10 until 2 on Saturday.
The holidays are a time.
The future face of Pedigo Lessenberry. Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance, growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Find the next great piece for your home at Barren River Consignment, where the inventory is designed to provide something for everyone. Affordable household items from mid-century to home decor, including furniture, artwork, dinnerware, glassware, and more. Each piece is cleaned and polished to ensure the highest quality to become the perfect fit for your home. Barren River Consignment also offers estate and tag sale services. Shop for style without breaking the bank. Barren River Consignment, located on L. Rogers Wells Boulevard in Glasgow.
So,
5:30 degrees. Why don't we talk a little bit about music history here? Well, actually, I'm going to do two things in history. That's, I'm not as good at looking up music history like what Wes is, but I do know this. 50 years ago, this day in 1969 is the evening when all of us set up to watch Tiny Tim marry Miss Vicky. Yes, if they were still living and were still married, it would be their 50th wedding anniversary for Tiny Tim and Miss Vicky, as we all watched on The Tonight Show 50 years ago. And that was the same day that the very first Chicago album went gold. The album entitled Chicago Transit Authority went gold, certified a gold record 50 years ago today. It was kind of their